Right, so guys, welcome back to another one of my videos today, and today is the last video of 2020. It's gone that fast. I can remember a year ago nearly to the date when I was sitting in this exact spot here and I said I was going to do the last video on my YouTube channel. A bit of a joke there, but it's been a year and I can't believe that. And 2020's been a pretty crap year for everybody. It's been rubbish, and all the different things to do with COVID and all the different things that have gone on this year. It's just not been a good year. So I thought for the last video of 2020 I would make a little compilation of all the crashes and fails that I've had on my channel. That includes me and a couple of different other people. So for the first video, let's go back to 2018 when I published my very first mountain bike video. This was at Delamere and I was riding with Nell and a couple of other people, and it was pretty crap riding and it was a pretty crap video. It was done with the old GoPro session. I was on my old Carrera. I didn't know anything about mountain biking at this point. This is the first ride basically that got me hooked to mountain biking. And in the video, midway through, I might have fallen down not that much of a hill in the respect of me now, because I've done that before many a times after that incident and I've been fine riding down it. So it's not really anything that's big. So let's play the video.
I'm gonna go slow.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Yeah, so as you can hear, they're all laughing in the background because it was quite a funny little crash. I did break a mudguard going down there off the back, but nobody was hurt. It was a funny crash, and I got back up and carried on riding. So the second video I think was back in 2018 again, and this was my first ride at Llandegla with Nell again, and this was on the blue route, so this was the easiest route that they had there at the time. For the first crash, yeah, let's just watch the video and let it speak for itself. Yeah, so as you saw there, my lace off my really crappy old trainers got tangled in the cranks, and I had to go down and untangle them, and I fell off my bike. So that was a pretty rubbish little crash, but it was quite funny because it happened from just a small little thing. So for the next crash, it's in the same video, right at the end, and it's where I'm going down literally a fire road at Llandegla, and I have the wise idea to let go of the bars when it's completely wet, and I go whoop and all that. And yeah, let's just watch the video.
It was at this moment he knew. He f***ed up.
Yeah, so as you can see, I was just dicking about, trying to be cool, trying to think I was smart. Yeah, it didn't work. So don't do that, because it never turns out well, as you can see by that clip. So for the fourth one, yeah, it's quite self-explanatory when you watch it. So just let's play the clip. Yeah, as you can see, I'm outside my house on my mum's old bike in the snow. Yeah, and I just thought, let's just pull the front brake and see what happens. So yeah, that was purposely done. That was just a little bit of fun that I did. Didn't get hurt from it because I jumped over the bars. So I just thought it would be quite funny to do that. So the next one was quite annoying because it was right at the start of my ride. I started riding to go to Delamere with Neil, and I got on Whitegate Way, and we were just turning off Whitegate Way to go down the steps towards Delamere. There's this left-hand turn. I'm on my bike. I give it a good crank with I think it was with my left foot. Give it a good crank. Pff, pedal comes right out of it, stripping the threads, half of the threads. I got the pedal back in. I managed to ride the whole of the ride. I got to right at the end when we were on the way back, and it came out. So Neil kindly went in there, got his van, and come and pick me up. Let's just watch the video.
It's inside that as well. So, as you can hear me, my GoPro died because of the cold weather. I'm out here waiting for Neil to come back pick me up. I just drove from the Holly's Farm shop. This happened at the start of the trip, fixed it, and it's gone again. Can you see there's no thread in there? No thread at all. So you put it in, you can just put it all the way in.
Yeah, so as you can see, only a short little clip. It was very cold, so my GoPro battery didn't have much life on it, so that died quite quickly. But yeah, that was a ride to remember. So the next one was at Pen Matno, Wales, and it was an awesome ride. Great natural trails. Absolutely loved it. It was my first ride when I met Sean as well, and it was absolutely awesome. I came round this corner, left-hand corner, and there was a little bridge, a little wooden bridge, probably about 4 foot wide, and it was probably only a couple foot long. Went over this little gully in the side of the hill. And when I got up to it, I might have swerved and gone down the side of it, so let's just let the clip speak for itself.
Oh, f me. Neil! Shit! Fucking... Jesus! That could have gone fucking bad. Hey!
So yeah, as you can see, that was a really avoidable accident, and if that accident went any worse and I went off to the right-hand side or even over the bars, yeah, I probably could have done some damage to my neck or a clavicle broken or something like that. So yeah, I was very lucky to get out of that the way I did, and I like spider clung onto the bridge on the left-hand side. So the next one was my second time at Bike Park Wales. It was an awesome time. It was back in September of 2019, and it was the second time I went there. I think I just went with Neil this time. And this crash happened on the second day, which was better than it happened on the first day because I got a full first day of riding in. But it was on the first run of the second day. It was on What's Occurring. It was absolutely piss wet through, and I was coming down quite slowly actually. And there's this bit with a load of slate, and I went down it. There's like probably a foot drop at the end, and yeah, I just lost it. So yeah, run the clip. Yeah, so as you can see, the video is pretty poor because it's on the old GoPro session. This is just before I moved to the new GoPro Hero 8 Black. So the quality is pretty poor, and I was never going to use that video for anything because I thought I wasn't going to crash. So I had my my hydration hose just chilling there. But yeah, I'm glad I got that on camera because that was probably one of my worst injuries I've ever had, because that really hurt my hip. I don't know, I'll take that back. It's probably the second worst injury I've had because I couldn't walk on my hip and it really hurt. So that was the last run of the day. I only had one run on the Sunday, and then I went back to the cafe and chilled out. So the next clip is not of me, it's of Sean at Bike Park Wales, and we're going down Colnot Dole, and this is right at the bottom of the trail, and there's this little left-hand turn and then a drop immediately afterwards. It's about 2.5 foot drop, and then as soon as you get down there, it's a right-hand berm. So he goes down that. He goes down the drop fine, so he comes over the top of the berm, and then he turns right, and then he hits a rock really slowly and goes over the bars. Yeah, luckily it was all right. Luckily it was just a slow crash.
Edge, it's not that bad.
Woo! Yes, Sean! Woo! Yes, Sean!
Yeah, so as you can see, it was a very slow crash, and he didn't get hurt from it, and he was back up on the bike riding again within minutes. So the last clips are both from last time I went to Bike Park Wales, which was September of 2020. So both of these clips are on the same trail at the same time, going down 50 Shades of Black. So the first one is of Neil going over the bars when he goes down a rut and hits a bit of a rock, which was a slow crash. He hurt his wrist though, and it was hurting for a couple of months afterwards, so apart from that he was okay. So let's roll the clip.
You alright?
Yeah, so it wasn't too much of a crash, but as I say, he did hurt his wrist, and it was hurting for a couple of months afterwards. So the next one was further down the trail, and this was me. This was probably one of my most funniest crashes because it happened. I really didn't see it was coming because there was a moss-covered tree and I couldn't see it. Yeah, so just roll the clip.
Oh shit! Oh. Woo!
Yeah, so as you can see, I went off this little side jump, hit this tree, went over the bars. I really hurt my wrist as well. I was going to ride down the rest of it, but I just couldn't do it. And on the way back, I had my my hand in the cooler that we'd brought with us with ice cold water because it was swollen up and it was killing me. I couldn't move my hand. So that was probably the worst crash I've ever been in, because this was hurting for a couple of weeks afterwards. So yeah, that was probably the worst crash. So they've been just a handful of different clips that I thought will have been funny from the last 2 or 3 years of my YouTube channel when I've started doing biking videos. So this video's main goal is to put smiles on people's faces and make people laugh at the end of this tough year. So this year for me has been pretty alright. I've done probably the most riding I've ever done. I've travelled probably the most mountain biking places I've ever done. So that's the bizarre thing. We've been in lockdown, but I've been biking loads. Been biking in Portugal, been biking up in Yorkshire, the Peak District, all that kind of stuff. But as I say, it's been a pretty crap, terrible year for everybody, so this video is just to make people feel happy, put a smile on people's faces, and end 2020. So tomorrow is Friday, and that marks the start of 2021. No one knows what's going to happen next year. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the next 5 years, but I hope everybody's alright, everybody's safe, everybody's had a great Christmas, and I hope you all have a happy new year. Remember to keep on riding and keep on smiling. My name's Ben Ellis, and I'll see you in the next one.